Get ready to have some fun. Welcome to New Day Cleveland. I'm David Moss.
And I'm Natalie Herbeck.
And we are on Lee Road right now, which is sort of a historic area. They're still doing repairs here. You know, you can hear the air hammers over there.
Yes.
And
they're revitalizing this whole strip.
everything is changing all the time. You know, the school over here, Cleveland Heights School, Cleveland Heights High School, they're totally revamping it, so it's totally different when you're driving down Cedar. But when you make a turn on the Lee, you're going to find some new places that you haven't seen before, even on this show.
And if you live on the west side like I do, it's one of those places where you have to make the time to come over here because we're about to show you why.
And you don't need a visa. Not if you're on the west side. You just come over here, we're going to show you some great places. We're going to start with some iconic places that have changed and have been renewed a little bit. So let's get the show started.
Let's go.
Well, I guess the corner of Lee and Silsby is the best place to start if you're going to do a Lee Road story, right?
Absolutely.
How long has it been a story here on this corner when it was called the Colony?
Years, 25, 30 years.
25, 30 years.
Even longer, going back to 50 years.
Yeah. So it's so exciting now to see all this life come back here as the Tavern
Company.
There you
Very
go.
exciting.
I love seeing the menu too. Come in and you read a little history of the area, which is really fun.
Yep.
All up and down the street has always been sort of a vibrant and alive area, hasn't
Sure,
it?
absolutely. Just a destination for people to come, walk around, check out all the cool restaurants. And,
So you know a little bit about Lee Road. You were down here, down the street a little bit.
yeah, I worked here for 13 years. Bought the restaurant across the street, the Tavern Company, for the past 7 years, and just made a move over here recently.
So how do you like this patio area?
Oh, I love it. Love it. Couldn't get any better than this.
It's almost, I parked the car in the big parking lot out back,
Sure.
dropped a couple quarters, got to put a couple quarters in.
Oh, yeah.
Came in here, and you come in here, it's like you're on vacation somewhere.
Yeah, feels like you're in a different city.
Yeah. So what kind of food do you serve here?
Everything's fresh. Jamie Winbrandt, the chef, is amazing. So it's burgers, meatloaf, spaghetti and meatballs, lots of seafood.
I saw some mussels on the menu.
Yeah, absolutely. Mussels are awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. Calamari, walleye fish fry we do every night. So lots of good food.
I used to have a good time coming in here all the time over the years. Like I'd go to Marotta's.
Sure.
We're going to visit Marotta's, and it's a real small restaurant, so you couldn't get in there. So I'd come over here and hang out,
Sure.
have a few drinks, and then Marotta's would
Wait
call
for a
me, I'd
table.
go over there.
Absolutely.
Or you just stay here and have dinner.
Yeah, we love it. We feed off of each other.
Yeah.
If we're busy, people might go other places, or if you're waiting for a table at Marotta's, come over here, go down the street and have a drink and hang out somewhere else.
So being a veteran here on Lee Road, would you describe this to people who've never been over here, like West Siders may have never stopped here, sort of a destination area?
Absolutely.
So how would you do Lee Road if you were coming over here?
I wouldn't even know where to begin. I mean, there's so many good.
I know where you'd begin.
So
You begin right here, the
right.
Tavern Company.
Exactly. Right on this patio.
Right on the patio.
Yeah.
So, and on the inside, I mean, it is a vibe in there too. It's like that leaning on the bar, old time school thing,
Fun,
huh?
cool vibe. We try and make it where all the bartenders know people's names if they're regulars, and just fun. Lots of families. We run out of high chairs and booster seats, which is a good thing.
Yeah, it's a family saloon in a way.
Exactly.
Hey,
Absolutely.
so what are the favorite drinks on the menu?
Ton of beers.
Yeah.
Lots of beer. Local craft beers, Great Lakes.
Would anyone ever line a shot up next to a beer?
Absolutely.
A shot and a beer, maybe?
Oh yeah.
That
Yep.
sounds pretty good to me.
So we try and keep some of the local breweries. Portside is a newer brewery downtown at Great Lakes. We always have a couple of them on draft.
There's always something around here. You got Kane Park right down the road. That's not
Absolutely.
too far away. You got the Cedar Lee Theatre. So you got a lot of opportunities for you folks out
Yeah.
there to stop in here and check out the
Plenty
Tavern
of stuff
Company.
to do.
You'll
Absolutely.
feed them?
We'll feed them.
You'll serve them a drink?
Come hungry and thirsty.
And can they bring the kids?
Absolutely.
And when are you closed?
10 p.m. for food during the week, 11 p.m. for food on the weekends.
Are you open Sundays?
Not yet, we will be.
So check
We
it
will
out.
be. Yeah.
Go online. See the Tavern Company's open on Sunday.
Exactly.
Great to see you.
Thank you very much.
Hey, I'm looking for chocolates. Is there a place to go around here?
Absolutely.
Where?
Mitchell's. Right
Mitchell's?
next door.
That's
Yep.
where we're going to find Natalie.
It is a staple here in the community and along Lee Road. I am talking Mitchell's Fine Chocolates. This is the man and the reason why it has continued to stay. And if you haven't had this chocolate, you're going to want it after you see this. Jason, thank you so much for having us here. I know that this has been around, it's not only rich in chocolate, but it's rich in history. What's the story behind Mitchell's Fine Chocolates?
We're in our 78th year of business currently. Bill Mitchell has just recently retired, and he was the son of Penelope and Chris Mitchell. And their very first year conducting business was in Coventry Village, also here in Cleveland Heights. It's on Euclid Heights Boulevard, maybe a mile and a half from here. We're on Lee Road now. And 1939 was their very first year of business.
1939. So what makes the chocolate so unique?
I would say that it's a dark chocolate recipe, and it hasn't changed in 77 years. And a lot of people say they don't like dark chocolate, it's bitter. This is a supple dark chocolate, and we've made a lot of believers, we've changed a lot of people's minds about dark chocolate.
So the chocolate themselves are very unique, and I know that you have just a small display out here of what all you offer customers, but fruit is a big seller for you, the chocolate covered fruit.
And it has been for a long time. These have been the main staples. This dark chocolate has a suppleness to it. It's not just sweet. We don't like to say creamy. That's a milk chocolate definition, creaminess. So we like to say supple. And
so what are these?
This is a hand-dipped apricot, and this is an Australian apricot, and this has been since 1939 one of the top sellers.
Wow.
A lot of chocolate shops, you're not going to see things like figs. We have figs. This has been the #1 seller for the longest time. And this is
Now, what is that?
This is an Italian orange peel.
So
and it's
they're from Italy, these oranges.
These aren't just dried figs or dried apricots, these are candied, okay? So by themselves, they're amazing. And then with the dark chocolate, this dark chocolate,
over the top,
it's absolutely incredible. So the Italian orange peel with the dark chocolate, pineapple, like I said, figs. This is marzipan. And then the turtles are really something special.
I've never seen turtles made.
We don't mess
quite
around
that way
with the head and the legs and the feet. We have a huge bed of large pecans, and then we do the caramel. And we basically put the caramel on a bed of pecans, and there's more pecans there than I've ever seen in other
That's very
turtles.
true.
And we like to put one down on its back, and we like to put one facing up, and
so you get two for the price of one.
They're sold in pairs.
They're sold in pairs. I like it. We'll leave it at that.
If you buy one pair, you put it in a small bag. By the time you get home, there may be some little turtles in there.
You never know. You never know. Are these? What are those? I don't even want to guess.
It's turned into a thing. It doesn't go back as far as 1939, but I'd say in the last 25 years, people have been really wanting to come in for the handmade marshmallows.
It is marshmallows, okay.
So this is a milk chocolate with a vanilla marshmallow on the inside, and these are not campfire marshmallows. We're making marshmallows in the back, like we do everything as a handmade product.
Your packaging, I mean, it looks more high-end than you would go to a designer store and get some type of article of clothing in.
It's one of the first big lessons that I learned when Bill transferred the business over to me. He said, in so many words, you've got this fantastic chocolate, and it's unlike anybody else's, and a lot of people give very high-end gifts, and you're not just going to put it in a cardboard box.
Can't do it.
You're in the packaging business. You're in the box business.
It's top of the line. It's made right here at the store location. I can see why the community loved this place. It's been around for so long. I know there's so many people thanking you for keeping this tradition alive.
Yes.
And it's right here along Lee Road, Mitchell's Fine Chocolates. I'm gonna have one of everything.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll put a nice box together for you.
After the break, we're taking you to another staple here in town, the Cedar Lee Theatre. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. It's our very special road trip on Lee Road, right at the corner of Cedar and Lee. And there's a big sign out there. There's a theater out there. And John Foreman, how long has that sign been out there?
Well, it's been here since the 1920s. I haven't been here that long, but I've been here almost 40 years.
40 years.
Yeah.
I met a guy on the street a few minutes ago, and he was saying, like, I've been up and down the street for 50 years. You can't believe how many times it's changed, and what's new, and what's gone, and what's, you know.
And actually, he's right. We really and truly, the theater that I've been involved with has been here for over 40 years, but there have been all kinds of changes in restaurants and retail. It's a very exciting entertainment district all of a sudden, so it's kind of cool.
You, John Foreman, should be the godfather of all this, because
I am the godfather.
You are the godfather, because this is sort of the anchor of the corner, and this gives so many people reason to come here because of the great movies you offer.
Well, you're nice to say that, and actually, we welcome that recognition. And a lot of restaurants have told us they've chosen to come here because of all the people that the theater does attract. People do like going to dinner and going to a movie, which is great for us and also great for the restaurants. We're happy to take on that role, and we we're thrilled that people are still going to movies here.
When you took over the place in 1977, around then, I think, a theater like this was called like an art house, an art theater, and you weren't supposed to be able to succeed at that.
And we've had our difficulties, but it's funny you say that, because today some of the films that show here are also showing in the so-called mainstream theaters, because the line is blurred between what is supposedly an art house film. We were talking about Hell or High Water, which used to be only shown here at Cedar Lee. Now it's showing at 8 other theaters in Cleveland, because audiences' tastes have really become more diverse, which is great for other theaters, not so good for the Cedar Lee. We used to be the only guy in town showing the stuff, but fortunately we have an ambiance. We have a wonderful concession stand, beer and wine, which we were used to be the only people selling that.
Did I forget to bring that up?
Yeah,
oh,
you're right. And actually mixed cocktails, margaritas and Moscow mules. So not a lot of theaters do that kind of stuff. And I think people really like that kind of experience when they come here. We are truly a neighborhood theater.
I love you brought up the wine and the beer, the mixed cocktails. They have pastries, they have coffee, and a guy who's eaten a lot of bad popcorn in my life all over the world. The best popcorn in the world may be right here at the Cedar Lee.
You're nice to say that. We do have very good popcorn, but because some of our clientele are a little older and a little more discriminating about what they buy at the stand, we had to introduce things like baked goods, and the beer and wine has been a big hit. The mixed drinks have been a big hit too, so it's a special kind of movie-going experience.
And you can always find something that you want to see here. Number one, you might not even know what the movie is, or maybe never even heard of it, but when you come here, you go in there, I swear you're going to have an enjoyable experience. And first time I came here, there was only one theater. Now there's how many in here?
Or 6, yeah. We grew out of necessity, unfortunately. People were really upset when we took this beautiful single-screen theater, we turned it into 2, it was a twin theater. Businesses went out next door to us, and we expanded the number of screens, and the 6 screens sometimes is too many screens, sometimes it's not enough.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of other theaters. We can talk about them, but I want to talk just about the Cedar Lee right now, and just to tell people, if you're getting tired of the movie-going experience, like you've been disappointed a bunch of times, you go and you're like, I paid money to see that movie. I say take a chance on a Cedar Lee. Pick a movie at random out of here, and you're going to come out with a really enjoyable experience.
I think you're right. I think it's fair to say that at the very least the film is interesting. You may not like everything you see here, but it won't be a waste of your time.
It's great. John Foreman, the Godfather, Cedar Lee. Lee, thank you very much.
David, thank you. Appreciate
hey, you know what we're going to do now? There's a brand new. Well, we're talking about things changing all the time. Right, almost next door, there's a brand new place. Natalie's over there going to show us around.
Quite honestly, all you have to do is walk a few steps down the road. You're here in the heart of Lee Road at the Fix Bistro. This is a place where you're not only going to be greeted by great food, but also a lot of love. They put a lot of love into everything they do here. Eric, this is, I know your place, but it's new, but you're not new to this whole food scene.
No, not
or to
at
this
all.
area.
No, not at all. We've been here for 3 years now, and around the city we've been, this is our 5th restaurant that we've opened to the community. We love this area, we love the diversity, and we just love the spirit and the vibe, and we add a great element to what's going on in the city and on the Cedar Lee district as well.
Now, I know I asked you, you're a very spiritual person, and that shows.
Yes.
But for you, I think it goes beyond being spiritual. You've taken your love for something that you were never even trained to do. You feel like this was a gift for you. You were not trained to cook like this.
Absolutely. It started with my passion as a young boy with my grandparents and the culinary background that they had, and then just my God-given talent. I've never been to culinary school or any formal training, but I feel God put me on earth to do this and to give my talents to serve others in the community. So that's what I'm doing.
Well, I have heard wonderful things about your food, and today you're going to cook us up a salmon dish?
Yes, Creole salmon, which is on the daily menu here at the bistro. What we have here is a little house seasoning. Can't tell you all the things that are in it, but
no,
we have some. Right,
you'd have to boot us out of the kitchen.
But we have some paprika, some cumin, some curry, some of those down south type seasonings that.
Your grandparents probably
yes, and
taught
I
you.
kind of branched off and created my own. We make our own seasonings in house, so that's a great thing. And we pan saute this. This is center cut salmon, and what we're sauteing it in is a little garlic butter and olive oil. And what I'm doing now is just basting the salmon. So I'm getting a sear on one end, and then I'm basting it with the butter on the other. So it's actually cooking it and it's basting it with flavor as well.
And a lot of your food, I mean, you prep fresh daily.
Yes, and a lot of our fans and clients, they've come to understand that we run out of things daily. And we also try to make sure that we give them the freshest every single day. So we don't use yield from the day before. Every day we're in here shucking corn, and every day we're cleaning collard greens, and every day we're filleting, because we want the highest quality food to come out of this kitchen, and people can taste that. You really can taste when something's fresh and not frozen. We don't even own a microwave. You
Wow,
know?
there's none of that here.
No, I mean, we have some of the most unique gourmet sandwiches, from the OMG Philly, the Railroader Burger, Hibachi Burger. Some of those.
Ooh, hibachi burger.
Yes, that's a burger with jumbo shrimp on it. Very, very unique. So I'm known for a wide range of different unique eats in the city where you really can't find them anywhere else. So we're getting ready to flip this salmon, and what we're looking for is crust. Crust is flavor. So you see the crust that we built up, and then once you get that crust in, you can basically turn it down on a low and continue basting. And remember, we basted that one side, so that's halfway done. So we're basically giving that crust a little bit more flavor, a little bit more juice, and that's gonna continue to enhance the flavor. It's gonna be nice and buttery and flaky once we pull it off. So.
And this man, he's not all talk, let me tell you. He said that he's had a few restaurants before.
Yes.
It's not like his restaurant's closed down. I'm gonna brag for you here, but I mean, this is a man who loves this so much and wants to carry that on with other people, that he's given restaurants to his employees.
Yes, I absolutely have. I believe God has given me so many blessings in my life that with our third restaurant, Nevada Cafe, which was in South Euclid, one of my lead chefs, I decided to give that opportunity to him, and he runs it full time. He also runs his Prep for Life business out of that location, Chef Jeffrey Thomas. And then Black Box Fix, which is going to be a pastry shop. I gave that to another one of my employees, and he's going to run that full time. So I believe in giving blessings, and they always come back. And as soon as I, gave those gifts to them, this opportunity for the Fix Bistro opened up. So God always returns the blessings. So we're going to take this salmon off, nice and juicy, and we'll transfer it. We'll plate it up right on top of some jambalaya rice and some collard greens.
And there you have it.
And there you have it.
Tell me that doesn't look delicious. Right here in the heart of Lee Road, the Fix Bistro, just one of the many places you can come to. After the break, we are taking you to a place where you can wine just a bit. We're talking about the wine spot. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. It's our road trip on Lee Road in Cleveland Heights, and we're at the wine spot. Last time I said the wine spot to my wife, she told me go straight to the dry cleaners. Like that, spot, right? This is Adam, and we've been here before, but it didn't look like this last time I was here, Adam. Things have changed a lot, haven't they?
Yeah, we've evolved over time. We're just starting our 5th year. So we're very fortunate to grow the business.
Was that room always there?
Yep, that's our tasting room, our private tasting room. We do a lot of private events.
I remember when I went in there last time, it was sort of like a little art gallery, too.
Yep, we partner with the Cleveland Institute of Art, and we've done that since we first started 5 years ago. So every few months we get new art, it's student art, and so it keeps the place fresh and it turns regularly.
Yeah, so it's a wine store, but it's become way more social than I remembered. I always thought this would be a great place for parties and such, but it looks like the bar has grown.
Yep. We've always wanted to create this neighborhood destination location.
It is.
And so we started out as a craft beer and wine retail store, and over time we got a full liquor license. Now the neighborhood comes and hangs out here.
You have a liquor license. So I see the booze up there. So that booze isn't for sale by the bottle. That's like you can actually order a cocktail here.
Yep. We put the bar in. We have beer on tap. We have wines by the glass now. So during the day, people come in and buy bottles. In the evening, they come and hang out. They bring their kids here, and it's a whole family affair.
I saw you got a lot of Pope stuff down here, a lot of great mixers, homemade pickles, Dad's pickles.
Yeah, we like to highlight local food purveyors, and Cleveland's a great food town, so it's good for us. We use our products in our cheese plates and meat boards and pickle boards, and then we sell them to go.
And there's a little special beer bar over here.
Yep, we have 13 beers on tap, so people hang out here.
Can you get all those beers in growlers?
We do. We do growlers to go, beers here, bottles, cans, anything people want.
You moved the cooler around since I've been here too. That's like, it looks a little different to me, or else you've changed the situation around
The
it.
cooler was there, but we have a lot more shelves now because
Yeah.
we do single bottles, so you can mix your own 6-pack or 4-pack or have a single bottle to drink here. We used to have the shelves here the last time you were here, but we moved all the wine against the wall because in the evenings we get so many people here, it opened the place up.
If you love beers, this is a great place to come, even though it's called the Wine Spot, because he's got it all going on here, and you can get it in growlers too. But get down to the wine now. So how do you start to look at your wine now? You start down there, does it get white to light to dark, or how does it work?
We kind of do it by country, and then we break it down by the types of wines, so either the blend or the specific grape, and then we have a section for under 20. Since most of our wines are between $8 and $12, we have a place for people to go to find those, so they don't have to spend a lot of time looking around, and then if they want to hang out a little longer, they can check out the different countries.
So if somebody comes in and they can give you an idea of what they like to taste, and they have money to spend,
Yeah.
and you can get them a great bottle of wine for $15, you're going to bring them over here and they can find something.
Yep, absolutely.
So you don't
We
have to
kinda pride
spend
ourselves-
$30.
You don't have to. We pride ourselves in finding the best wines at a great value, and whether it's an $8 bottle or a $75 bottle, we always have a nice selection for them.
Yeah, because I like this idea here, because you can come in here and you can buy wine for the entire weekend, and really set yourself up for a decent price rather than buy one bottle of wine and it's gone on Friday like that.
It is gone, but you know what? That's the beauty of it. We do case discounts, so people come in, they fill up, and they get their cases for the week or the month, and have fun with it.
So check it out. It's called the Wine Spot, but they've got beautiful art here. It's a great place just to sit down. You can come in, have a cocktail, and that's one of the nice things about this place. A lot of tables, a lot of room. You get that special room if you want to have a party or a group
Yeah, have
in.
an event, a private event, or just come in, bring your family, bring your friends, and just relax.
Maybe I can get Natalie to buy a dress across the street to this clothing place, and then maybe she could have like a bridal shower or something like
yeah,
that.
great
One of these.
place.
She hears me say that, she'll kill me. Let's go see what she's doing. She's across the street.
Think global, shop local. That is the whole concept here behind Revive Fair Trade, and Lisa is the mastermind behind all of this. It is really an interesting, unique store to come into here on Lee Road.
Thank you. Yes, 10 years ago we opened Northeast Ohio's first fair trade clothing store. And so everything in the store is handcrafted by artisans in developing countries. And then we're an independent boutique, and we design some of the products that we carry, and then we sell everything in here as fair trade. Everything has a tag that describes the artisan group that made the product and where it was made as well.
So we're talking places all over the world.
Yes, all over the world.
And when you design some of these things, you then work with these local artisans in the
Yes.
different countries that you go to, and
yes, so
show them
we
your ideas?
right. So one of the groups in Guatemala I work with directly. There are actually 6 groups in Guatemala that I work with directly, and then some of the groups, for example, this line from Cambodia, I actually work over the internet to design the products with them because it's not feasible for me to go to Cambodia every year.
That would be hard.
Yes.
But it's so interesting in such a great way to really feel like you're giving back as well then too when you buy
Yes.
these items.
It's really motivational for me as a business owner to help other small women-owned businesses, women entrepreneurs around the world. So that's really what has been my driving force behind making Revive work.
I love this. So let's check out some of these products. then.
Yes,
So
for
that is
sure.
a great line.
Yes.
This is the bags, purses, and then is that a
Yes,
little?
this is a little wallet, and
Okay.
you can hold your business cards in here, your credit cards. This is a great gift item, and each of these pieces has a contrasting lining color, so a little fun pop right there. And this is hand loomed and hand screen printed. And so we have a really cute wallet, a zip around travel wallet, and a big bag. And then some of our other pieces over here, this is really beautiful. This is a pea stub. This is actually made out of recycled bullets. So
Bullets,
yeah,
wow.
so these are bullet casings and bombshells
That
that the
really
artisans.
is such an amazing concept.
It really is.
You take these
Yes.
war materials
Yes.
and turn them into something peaceful.
Particularly in Cambodia, it's very meaningful for the artisans to take control of that legacy and turn it into something positive.
Let's move over here a second.
Sure.
I love, because jewelry, it seems like it's really big here with you. And
Yes.
I love that, because what woman doesn't love jewelry?
Exactly.
So there's a lot of neat and interesting pieces.
Yes.
Now, these are natural.
These are all natural.
Products?
So these are made from this nut. This is called a tagua nut, and it's very durable, it's sustainable, and sustainably harvested. And then the pieces right here are all hand carved out of the nut, and then they dye them. So you can see the edge on here still shows the grain of the nut. And it's amazing the different colors they can create from that and all the different shapes.
Okay, so it's not just about jewelry, handbags, and I know you have a lot of women's clothes.
Right.
But it's about you have houseware products too?
We do. We have housewares, we have skincare. So over here, we have a lot of our hand-carved wood products are also sustainable. So this is actually made out of palm wood, and it has a very unique grain specific to palm wood.
Stuff for the kids too. So there's great clothing for the kids. And I think that I heard you even have stuff for men too.
So we do have men's products. This is a really fun all-leather laptop bag.
That's really nice. That's nice quality then too. So there's something for everyone in this store, and it is such a great place to come if you want to find a gift for someone that they're going to open up and say, wow.
Yes,
it makes a statement.
It does. It makes a statement. It's a gift that gives twice or thrice even, because you're supporting a small local independent business as well.
So again, you know where to find them. Revive here, right on Lee Road.
On Lee Road and online at revivestore.com.
Thanks so much. All right, coming up after the break, we're doing a lot of shopping, I know, so you might need a place to sit down and maybe have a drink. We'll take you there when we come back.
Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. It's our very special show on Lee Road in Cleveland Heights, and I'm having deja vu right now, standing here with Brian because we're at the BottleHouse, and that was last year we were here?
That was 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Yes.
It seems like yesterday to me.
It does to me as well.
It does really, huh?
It really does.
I see some things have grown in here a little bit. It's
That's
not
right.
what I remember, because I remember last time we were here, you were talking about making beer, just these little buckets.
That's exactly right. You remember correctly. Yeah, we've quadrupled our volume. We were doing about 1.5 barrels when you first came in 4 years ago. Now we're at the 7-barrel level.
So when you were making beer in this, how much beer do you make in each barrel?
We were making about 15 gallons each time, and we were running about 4 to 6 of those in parallel. So we would get you can add up the math and see what you got. And we were doing different beer. Each kettle had its own beer style. Now we're doing it much larger, 1 keg. One brew gives us 4 times what they gave
4 times. So I was just checking out your menu board, and you've got a lot of beers on there.
We do.
But every single one of those beers made here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All of the beers are made here. We're a meadery as well. So we have 8 meads on draft, and those are all made right here as well.
What's the difference between mead, cider, and beer?
Well, mead is the primary fermentable sugars come from honey, and in some cases fruit. Beer, of course, we're getting that from barley and malts, and cider, of course, from the apples.
Right.
And we're a cidery as well.
So all the different beers, what makes the beers different? Is it the way you toast the grains or the hops?
Absolutely. The primary flavor ingredients are the malts. So depending on how they're roasted or kilned, you get different flavor profiles from those. So combining from 20, 30 different options, we get to combine flavors and create different styles of beer.
And how do the alcohol contents of the beers relate to the color of the beer and the flavors of the beer?
They don't relate at all. You can have a light golden Belgian ale, which is all very, very light yellow and can be very high in alcohol. And you can have for instance, we have a Norwegian pale ale on draft right now. It's below 5% alcohol, and it's a nice golden copper color.
So what makes that Norwegian? Is it?
It's the yeast. We use a Voss Kvik. It's a traditional yeast isolated from Norwegian
This is very cool.
cider farms. Yes.
Yeah.
So we use that. It has a really large temperature range. It creates these really great citrusy profiles in the beer, and that combined with some different grains that don't traditionally find their way into a pale ale. The non-traditional yeasts and the non-traditional grains give us our Norwegian pale ale.
Okay, so we're going to do a flight of beers. Do you go from light to dark, or do you go from citrusy to syrupy?
Good question. We recommend going from light hopped to more heavily hopped. And that allows your palate to adjust as it's going through the tasting profile. So if you've had a good IPA, a big hoppy IPA, you go from that to a light Pilsner, you're not going to taste the Pilsner very much. So you want to build your way toward those big hoppy beers.
Okay, the great thing about the BottleHouse, we spend a lot of time talking about beer. I learned an awful lot about beer from you, but I also learned when you come here, it's like a big community room. There's music here all the time. You can use the room for free. You can bring your own food in. So it's almost like one of those places like you'd see in the countryside of Ireland or outside of London. Places where everybody gathers. It doesn't cost you a lot of money to gather here, and there's a whole bunch of things to try here. And they have a lot of guys come in with food. They have food trucks. They have food chefs and pop-ups. And
absolutely.
We should have done the whole show at the BottleHouse.
Maybe next time.
Okay. Thanks, Brian.
Thanks a lot, Dave.
Hey, right now Natalie's down the street. She's at a new boutique, but it's not really new because they sell vintage stuff. Well, she'll explain.
Tucked right on the corner here, right off of Lee Road on Silsby. This is a place you have to come to, KazStylious Secret Closet. Trinette has this place. It is absolutely awesome because you really bring a vintage feel to the Lee Road area.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I love it.
So what was the whole concept behind your store here?
My whole concept is somewhere you have a place where you can come to, you can shop, you can have fun, colorful, bright. It brings happiness. I believe in color. I believe color brings happiness, and
that's what we see here. That is for sure. I mean, you walk in and there are pops of color everywhere you look. Can we walk around the store a little bit and feature some of this great stuff? The first thing you see when you walk in is this great jacket here.
Yes, it is.
So, is this, I mean, when people talk about the feel that they get, the types of clothes you have here, would this embody, I know this is not going to be here for long, so will this embody the type of clothes you have?
Yes, it will. This item here, what I like about it is something different. It has a bow, you can do a contemporary, you can dress it up, different things that you can do with it. You also can wear jeans with it to make it a little bit more casual with it. Sometimes you can wear a tennis shoe or sandals.
So what type of woman would walk in here and buy that? What type of woman would she be?
Let's see. We can go with maybe a 18-year-old, maybe a 36-year-old. Hey, let's go with maybe a 50-year-old.
I like
it. Doesn't matter.
So your clothes go through all different ages, age ranges.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's move back around here. I want to walk around. How about this jacket that I'm seeing? This stands out.
Yes.
This for sure stands out.
Yes. I love the back of it.
Ooh, check that out.
Yes, Las Vegas is very unique. That's why I went out and I purchased it. And the first time I seen it, I said, yes, that's something that a customer would love. Something unique and different.
So that's what you're all about. How did you start this place?
I started doing this, I'll say maybe about 2 or 3 years ago. I always used to be into the fashion of trying to dress up and we'll go with trying to hang out with the Jones.
Okay.
You know, so I wanted to do something different. I wanted to show that you can go out, you can go to different stores and combine different collections of different items and clothing, and then you can make it a little bit more fashionable. You don't have to go out and spend $200 or $300.
No.
So my goal here is you come to a place, it's very unique, classy. You have different borders of different fashion. If you want casual, if you want something dressy.
Or if you want something dressy, you come over to this section, right?
Yes.
Check out some of these clothes. Let me pull one of them here. There's a lot of flashy sequins going on throughout that section.
Yes.
Would this be one of your faves? Because that's the one I pulled out.
That's my favorite. I love sequins. And you can also, with that, you have some customers that will come in, they get kind of scared of sequins, but I let them know it's different ways how you can style this item. You can wear it with tennis shoes, Converse will be something different, or you can dress it up and wear sandals. It doesn't matter.
I love it. They don't make sequin dresses the way they used to because this is so nicely constructed. Yes. They're all on there. You buy dresses nowadays with sequins, they're all falling off all over the place. So I love that. How about that dress in the front?
Yes, it's another very nice piece here. I love the color. It's something very unique. If you need to go to a wedding, I try to get different items in the store just in case if it's a particular event that you're trying to go to or you're just trying to hang out with friends. But I believe this is something that you can wear either or. A wedding would be very fashionable.
So you not only do you have great clothes, but you also have great accessories, and I see some awesome handbags over there.
Yes.
And shoes. So you have it all.
Yes, I do. I try my best.
Now the hats too. I mean, we got the shoes, the bags, the hats though. I love that yellow hat. Stands out to me.
Oh, thank you. It's very pretty.
So you pull these all on your own.
Yes,
so you know you're getting her personal touch and flair when you come here to shop.
Yes.
KazStylious.
KazStylious.
Secret
Closet.
I love the name of this place. Where did you get that name?
Actually, my daughter's father came up with Casta, and I put Secret Closet. Secret Closet, I'm gonna go with that because this is your secret. You have a place where you can shop reasonable prices. If you need someone to style you, I'm here for you. And this is your closet.
Well, you're now my closet too. Thank you so much for having us in here in your store.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right, well, we hope you still have a stomach ready to do some eating because we are taking you to get some great Italian food here on Lee Road after this short break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. Yes, we're on Lee Road, and we're at the skinniest and maybe the best restaurant in the whole wide world, according to Brian Linehan right here, right, Brian?
Yes, absolutely.
This is a dandy spot. It's called Marotta's, and we're making one of your famous pizzas. What pizza is this you're making today?
This one's called the Marotta.
Marotta. Why do you call it that?
That's the best of what we offer, I think. You know, that's where the name comes from.
Did Alicia name this, or you?
She did.
She did?
Her Italian's a lot better than mine.
I gotta tell you, you guys have been here since, what, 1998 or something?
98, exactly, going on our 17th year.
How do you get that perfectly round?
Lots of practice.
I gotta tell you.
Lots of practice.
So is this a New York style pizza?
Yes, this is a rendition of a New York style pizza. It's not 100% a New York style pizza. We do a few little changes to it. We cook it a little longer here. It's a little darker than what you're used to seeing in New York. To your true blood New Yorkers will say, you know, it's a little different, but it's our version.
And you've been here since 1998, so it's a good version.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're doing something right.
Okay, you fire away. I want to tell folks about the place a little bit because I said it's the skinniest restaurant in the world. I mean, you can almost put your hands on each wall.
Absolutely.
But man, you guys make such great food. People jam their way in here all the time to enjoy it. It's really terrific. I noticed you have a big patio out back. So
yes.
you've tripled the size of the restaurant?
Oh yeah, almost. We added a lot of seating. We added a 3-season patio back there. We used to have an open patio with just umbrellas. We covered it. And in a couple weeks, we'll be heating it for those lovely Cleveland, winters and falls.
I thought you added that on because you have 4 children and they're growing up and they're old enough to be fed in the restaurant. Now you had nowhere to put them.
We needed somewhere to keep them while we were working.
That's right.
Exactly.
So you still keep all that Italian wine in the cellar?
Absolutely.
So you guys really sort of specialize in that. Tell me a little bit about that collection.
Primarily designed by my wife. Alicia, she put that together.
She's the boss.
Yes, she is. I know where I stand. I know it's not Linehan's above the door. It's Marotta's.
There you go.
But I do know where I stand. Yeah, primarily it's an Italian-only wine list, covering all, not most regions from Italy. Mm-hmm. Very extensive in Piedmont. So we have a nice collection of Barolos. We have a really nice collection of Brunello di Montalcinos from Tuscany.
Your Italian sounds okay to me.
Well, it has to be.
It has to be. That's right. So how many different pizzas do you make?
Well, we have about 9 different varieties we offer here, different types that we have on our menu. Plus, sometimes we offer special pizza on the menu here and there.
I love this thing though with all the basil on it. I'm gonna get out of your way.
Absolutely.
You walk that over to the oven. So we're talking about being a skinny restaurant. This is a skinny little kitchen too, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have to be. I'm the biggest guy in the kitchen. It's hard for me to move around. That's why they're okay back there. They can move around, but when I cut through the line, they get a little annoyed.
I saw you moving back there like a wild man, making that special pasta dish.
Oh yeah.
So what's that dish start with? What is that dish?
That is smoked salmon. There's a smoked salmon sautéed with garlic, tomatoes, spinach, a little heavy cream, and marinara sauce. Reduce it. We toss it with linguine pasta.
So how long does it take to make a sauce like that?
You need about 5-6 minutes to get that to reduce it properly.
Is there like a mother sauce to it, or is it coupling all the flavors?
All the flavors, especially the smoked salmon. The smoke coming out of the salmon is what pulls that together. It's one of my favorite, personally.
And when you make that, like you reduce it, or
yes. You want to start, your garlic and your salmon, get that smoke flavor out of the salmon. Finish it with the tomatoes and spinach, then the heavy cream. Reduce the heavy cream, add your marinara, and then finish it.
So what kind of pasta do you serve that over?
Linguine. You can use fettuccine as well, but we prefer linguine.
Okay, so here it comes. What's this one called again?
This is the Marotta.
Marotta.
Here you go.
Boy, that is beautiful. It turned out terrific.
Yeah, 18-inch pizza. Feeds 3 to 4 adults.
See, if Natalie was in here right now, she'd dive in there even though it was 500 degrees.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because you have to let that cool down a little bit, right?
Yeah, not when we first cut it. We just go with it, but by the time it gets to a table or in your home.
Okay, you come to Marotta's, do you make a reservation?
No, we don't take reservations. The first come, first serve. We do only have 10 tables inside, and we have a few outside, but then again, it's weather pending.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, the outside is fantastic, and I've come over here. And you know what's really great about it too is when you were really stacked up in here, I go down the street to one of the bars on Lee. Mm-hmm. You guys gave me a telephone call. I came back up here and I had my table and it was great. You can't beat it.
That works. It works. And there you go.
Say hello to the boss, Alicia. Would you?
I will.
Take good care of those kids. You got 4 of them?
Oh yeah.
They're all going to school?
Yep.
Everything's good?
So far, they go back tomorrow.
You come to Marotta's, it's a real family place, and it's great food, or they wouldn't have been here since 1998.
1988.
Hey, we're going to go down Lee Road, a whole bunch of things going on. After the break, it's an urban winery. Stick around. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. Let's see, we've been to the brewery, the Bottle Works. We've been to the wine store. We're missing something.
I think we are missing the winery, right?
You mean they make wine here?
They do, and it's called CLE Urban Winery.
What makes us different is we're making our own wine here, we're bottling our own wine, we're labeling our own wine, we're not serving any other kind of alcohol besides our wine. We're a true winery and tasting room. So we're the same kind of experience you'd have if you go out to Geneva or out to Sandusky, driving 2 hours. You can have that same experience right here in the Cedar Lee neighborhood of Cleveland Heights. There's 3 tenets to the business. The first is good wine made fun. So we have something for everybody's palate. We have 4 whites, 4 reds, 3 fruit-infused wines, and we're gonna do an ice wine later this fall.
We're bringing in grapes, some tremendous partnerships that we have with grape growers on the West Coast and the Finger Lakes. So the grapes show up to us and they're pressed into juice. The juice will go into one of these fermentation vessels here where yeast is introduced. With the help of about 4 people, we can do around 30 cases an hour, which is pretty good for us.
The second tenet is to celebrate Cleveland. All of our wine is branded to the city of Cleveland. We're doing a lot of things with local artists and local performing artists, local visual artists to promote the great art scene, the great music scene in Cleveland. So celebrating Cleveland is a big part of our business model. Every Friday and Saturday night we're having live music played here. Acoustic groups, 2 or 3 pieces, guitar, piano, vocals, that kind of thing. And we've had some absolutely phenomenal groups. The third and final tenet of the business is drink wine and do good. So for me, this is kind of my retirement business. I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life. And I want this to be a platform for philanthropy. I want this to be a community space. So we're doing a lot of partnerships with nonprofits. A large partnership is with Graffiti Heart, who did our amazing mural up here. And the artwork that we have here on display for consignment is also done by artists who volunteer their time with Graffiti Heart. All of our wines are named after or in honor of Cleveland in some way, shape, or form. We have Murray Hill Pinot Grigio, the Cedar Lee Chardonnay, our Drawbridge Pinot Noir, which honors all of those beautiful river bridges on the Cuyahoga. We have the Mighty Cuyahoga Merlot. We have our Seatown Cabernet and North Coast Syrah, and our hometown heroes Peach Chardonnay. And last is our Rust Belt Rosé. We have a cold kitchen. You can bring in whatever food you'd like from the street. Here on Lee Road, there's so many great restaurants, and most of them are independently owned. So please go ahead and feel free to bring in a pizza from Dewey's or bring in some kebabs from Momo's. They'll actually deliver right to the bar. We have a bunch of menus, both for this neighborhood, for Cedar Fairmount, for the other neighborhoods in Cleveland Heights if you want to call and place a to-go order. We have some grab-and-go snacks that are very wine-friendly. This is a craft beer town. I mean, there's breweries opening up every 5 minutes. People in this town just have a thirst, if you'll pardon the pun, for craft beverages. And it seemed to me that with the craft brewery model working so well and is so popular with the people that live here in Cleveland, why not craft wine? It just seems to me like the next logical step in this evolution of craft beverages that is such a big hit in Cleveland and such a big part of this town.
I forgot to ask you, did you find a place to park?
I did, you know what? And honestly, everywhere we went, I was able to easily find parking.
That is a big thing to know in Cleveland Heights because they redid all the parking around here, and it's not just the kind we need quarters. Some of it you can use your credit card. That's going to make it a lot easier for you to visit Lee Road right here at Cedar Lee.
Well, it's so true. They have this entire strip that has, I mean, we've gone through everything you could imagine. Some great food. When we say restaurant row, I mean, there's just about every type of food you would imagine.
Park your car in one place, walk around, check out all these great things you discovered here on New Day Cleveland, and we hope you have a great time.
Yes, enjoy yourselves. We'll see you on the next New Day Cleveland.
So long.